Hello everybody and welcome to the channel. We got the final game of this 3-game series between the Toronto Blue Jays and the Texas Rangers. And leading off for the visiting Blue Jays, playing second is Alomar, batting second, playing short is Fernandez, batting third, playing first is Olerud, batting fourth, playing third base is Guerrera, batting fifth, playing right field is Barfield, batting sixth, playing center field is Wells. Batting seventh, playing left field is Stewart. Batting eighth, doing the catching is Witt. And on the mound and batting ninth is STIEB. And now we go to the hometown Texas Rangers starting lineup, and leading off playing center field is Rivers. Batting second, playing second is Kinsler. Batting third, playing left field is Hamilton. Batting fourth, playing first base is Palmera. Batting fifth, playing right field is Howard. Batting sixth, doing the catching is Rodriguez. Batting seventh, playing third base is Blaylock. Batting eighth, playing shortstop is Andres. And on the mound, batting ninth is Witt. Let's get down here to Arlington and get this game going. And you see Alomar is batting .323 with no homers and 2 RBIs. This is Bobby Witt's second appearance. He's 0-1 with a 10.5 ERA. Here's the pitch to Alomar. And that's going to be a swing and a miss. Bobby strikes him out for out number 1. And Tony Fernandez comes to the plate, and he's batting .312 with no homers and 4 RBI. And that's going to be a ground ball out in front of the plate. And that's a 9 on a 54. Should be column number 1. And it is. Nice play by Rodriguez. Picks the ball up, a little Baltimore chopper down to Palmera for out number 2. And John Olerud's up, batting .385 with no homers and 3 RBIs. And that's going to be a base on balls. A W. Bobby Witt has a W, and he walks John. Now there's a 1 on and 2 outs for Guerrero. And Vladimir's batting .300 with a homer and 5 RBIs. And that ball is high, and that walk, all those walks. That ball is high, that ball is far. You can forget about it, folks. That ball is out of here. A 2-run homer by Guerrero, and it's a 2-0 Blue Jays lead. Now you got the 2 fields up. Jesse's batting .286 with a homer and 8 RBIs. And that's going to be a fly ball out the left field, I believe. Out the right field. And a 21 and a 1. It's Howard out there. And that'll be fielding column 2. That's going to be a single. All this started with a 2-out walk. Now you got a runner at first, and Vernon Wells is up. And Vernon's batting .341 with a homer, 3 homers and 12 RBIs. And that'll finally get the inning over. That's a fly ball out to Hamilton and left, but 2-run score on a 2-run homer by Guerrero. And it's Jays 2, Texas coming to the plate with Rivers, Kinsler, and Hamilton. Mickey is batting .410, off to a great start this year with 2 homers and 7 RBIs. And this is Dave STIEB's third appearance. He's 0-1 with an 8.1 ERA. Here's the pitch to Mickey. And that's going to be against the righty. That's going to be a fly ball out to center field. He hits it to his counterpart, and Vernon makes the catch for out number 1. And Bernie joins us here. Check out Bernie's channel, folks. Which does the Red Sox and some Field of Dreams games. And now you got Kinsler up, batting .263, no homers and 1 RBI. that's going to be a rare play. 22 and a 36. And that is going to be hit down the first. John's down there. See if he can come up with it. 56 and a 4. That is going to be fielding column 2. And that's going to be a single. John can't get to it in the right field. So Kinsler's aboard here with 1 out. And Josh Hamilton comes to the plate. 1 swing of the bat. Hamilton can tie this game up, folks. And Josh is batting .261. He has 1 homer and 3 RBIs. And that's going to be against the righty. That'll be a 9. And that's going to be a single in the left field. And Kinsler's going to stop at second. So now you got 2-1 and 1 out. And Rafael Palmeira. And now Dave's got himself in a little bit of a pickle here with a 2-0 lead. And Rafael's batting .286. He's got no homers and 3 RBIs. And that's going to be a infield. 10, 13, 22, 31, 35. That'll be fielding column 2. And that's not going to be a wild pitch. That's going to be a rare play on that 41 with runners on first and second. A 56 on a 41. That'll be a 14. That'll be hit down the second. Alomar's down there. And a 44 and a 9. 44 and a 9. And that'll be fielding column 1. And that's going to be a pop up in the foul territory. Alomar goes over in the foul territory in right field, makes the catch. And now there's 2 down. So it's going to be up to Mr. Howard with 2 outs to deliver here with runners at first and second. And Howard's only batting .190, but he has 2 homers and 4 RBIs. Can Hondo come through here? Here's the pitch to Frank Howard. And that's going to be against the righty. That's going to be a single in the left field. And that should score Kinsler with no throw with his speed. Stewart's only got an average arm out there. So that'll be yeah, he'll score with no throw. The question is, will Hamilton get down the third? And I think he's going to hold up at second because a single will score him probably anyway. And he's going to 23. He's going to stop at second. So that's an RBI single. Cuts the lead in half. And you still got first and second now. So Howard with a nice 2-out hit. Now can Pudge Rodriguez deliver, batting .278 with 2 homers and 4 RBIs. And nope, that's going to be popped up down the third. Guerrera calls for it, makes the catch, and that'll end the inning. But the Rangers score 1. We get to the top of the second. It's 2-1 Toronto. We got the bottom part of the order due up here. The bottom third, Stewart, Witt, and Dave. And Shannon rather, is batting .214 with a homer and 3 RBIs. And that's going to be an infield hit. Shannon's aboard here. So the leadoff batter gets aboard. And Ernie Witt's up. And the Rangers, they're looking to turn 2. And they've done that quite a bit in this series. Ernie's batting .346, folks, with 3 homers and 10 RBIs. He's very hot, but not now. That is a ground ball down to Elvis. Taylor made double play. That's a 6-4-3 put out. And that wipes away the leadoff single. And now it's up to Dave to keep this inning alive. He's 0 for 2 on the year. Looking for his first hit. And that's going to be a swing and a miss. Bobby strikes him out. And we go to the bottom of the second. Still a 1-run lead for Toronto. And now you got Blaylock, Elvis, and Witt. Bottom third due up here for the Rangers. Hank's batting .353, folks, with a homer and 3 RBIs. And he gets a hold of this one. That ball's high. That ball's far. Kiss it goodbye. We got a tie ball game, folks. It's 2 apiece. As Blaylock hits his second homer of the year. Told you he's on fire. But here's a guy that's cold. Oh, Elvis. Elvis is batting .111. He's got 2 hits on the year, folks. He's 2 for 18. One of them was a homer and 1 RBI. And as soon as I said that, old Dave walks a guy only batting .111. So Dave's having a troublesome second inning here. And Bobby's up. Bobby's going to try to bunt him down the second. And Bobby's having a nice time at the plate. He's batting .333. No homers and no RBIs. And that's going to be foul ball, strike 2. And here's the 0-2 pitch. They're keeping the bunt sign on. And he gets this one down. And it is... That is bunted down the first. John's up with it. He tosses it over to Alomar covering. And that'll be 1 down. But now the runner's in scoring position for the top of the order. And Mickey Rivers comes to the plate. And Mickey flew out his first time up. He's 0 for 1. And that's going to be another fly ball. This one out to Shannon and left. Excuse me. And now there's 2 down. And here comes Kinsler up. Kinsler singled and came around the score back in the first. And he is hot today. He drives that ball out into left field. And that's going to be a RBI double. And the Rangers take a 2-1, 3-2 lead here. So Kinsler's doing a nice job. Now Josh Hamilton's up with a runner in scoring position with a 1-run lead. He singled his first time up as 007 checks in. Check out his channel, folks. Doing a 2008 replay. And that ball's high. That ball's far. And all of a sudden, these Rangers have turned on the power against Dave. And it is now a 5-2 ball game. And Dave's in trouble. Second inning, can't get the final out, folks. Palmera's up now, and he's 0 for 1. He popped up the second his first time up. And that's going to be a 10-9, and that's going to be a single. Yeah, that's going to be a single in the left field. And with 2 outs, they're just hammering Dave. They go out and talk to him, tell him get the final out. And here comes Howard up. He had an RBI single back in the first. And Frank's going to hit, swing, and miss on that. Dave strikes him out, but not until the Rangers score 4 and take a 5-2 lead into the top of the third. Hey, you have a good day at work then, 007, buddy. Yeah. And Alomar is going to lead it off here in the top of the third, followed by Fernandez and Oderud. And Alomar is 0 for 1, struck out his first time up. And that's going to be a swing and a miss. Bobby's got his number for out number 1. And now Tony's up. And Fernandez, he's grounded out to Rodriguez his first time up. Not this time. That's going to be against a righty of 14. That's going to be a fly ball. Nice play out there by Hamilton. Takes a base hit away from Tony. Oh, you're welcome, buddy. And John Oderud's up. He walked and came around the score back in the first. And that's going to be a ground ball down the second. And a 51 and a 7. And that's not going to be good, I don't think. 51 and a 7. That's barely column 3. And that's going to be an E4. Kinsler makes an error. Remember what happened the last time. Bobby walked John. And then Guerrero came up with 2 outs and homered. He is 1 for 1, like I said, with that 2-run homer. And that's not a homer, but that's going to be a base hit in the left field. Let's see. Yep, that's going to be a base hit in the right field. In the right field. So let's see, a 5. That'll be a 54. I know John doesn't have much speed, but Howard does not have a very good arm. So 54. And a 33, a 63 or lower. He'll be safe at third. So he's safe at third. So that's a single in the right field. Runner gets down to third. We got runners on the corner and 2 outs as Guerrero is having a good game. And that brings up Jesse Barfield, trying to get these Blue Jays back in the game against WITT. And Jesse singled his first time up. And that ball is hammered, folks. Let's see here. That ball is driven into deep center field. And that may score both of them. Again, these arms out there in the Rangers outfield, they are not very good. So Mickey's out there, not a good arm at all. Guerrero, again, slow as molasses, but he's going to score with no throw. Barfield drilled that one over Mick's head. And that's a 2 RBI double. And just like that, the Jays are back in this game. It's a 1-run lead, folks, and a runner's down at second. Oh, damn it, it's scoring from first. Get him in from first. Let's get him in from first here. Double in the center. And now we got a 1-run ball game. It's 5-4. And a runner down in scoring position for Vernon Wells. He's 0 for 1 today. And that's going to be a ground ball down to Elvis. He's got it, fires across the Palmera. But the 2-run RBI double by Barfield makes it a 5-4 game. And we go to the bottom of the third. You got Rodriguez, Blaylock, and Elvis due up. Pudge is 0 for 1 today. And that's going to be a rare play, a 38 and a 26. And that's going to be a foul ball, strike 1. Here's the 0-1 pitch. And that's going to be a ground ball down to Tony at short. Over to John, 1 down here in the third. See Texas' upcoming schedule. They're going to stay at home here, and the Tigers are going to come to town for 3 games. Then after Detroit leaves town, the Orioles come into Texas. And Hank, he's 1 for 1. He singled and drove in a run. He homered and drove in a run last time up. And he gets a hold of this again. Blaylock is on fire, folks. Having a hell of a game and series. And that ball is high. That ball is far. He has hit his second homer of the game, folks. Oh, Dave's not fooling him one bit. Now it's a 2-run lead, 6-4. Elvis enters the building. Elvis, he walked and came around the score his last time up. And that's going to be a hit. And all of a sudden, Dave again having trouble here in the third. That's going to get the bullpen up. And that's going to be a double in the right field. So Elvis having a good game here so far. That brings up WITT. He's going to try to bunt him over to third. And Bobby had a sacrifice bunt his last time up. And that's going to be 2 strikes on him. Here's the 0-2 pitch. The bunt sign still on. And he gets down and, oh man, I just took a home run away from him for bunting. But it's a nice bunt. Old Bobby WITT said, you should have left me swing the damn bat, Marks. Well, that's a nice bunt in front of the plate. And he fires down the first. And the runner will get down the third. So Bobby does his job. Now Mickey's up with a runner down at third and 2 outs. And Mick's 0 for 2. He has flown out the center and left. And that's going to be another fly ball out to Shannon. And that'll end the inning. But the homer by Blaylock makes it a 6-4 game as we go to the top of the fourth. We got Stewart, Witt, and Dave. Probably a pitch hitter for Dave the way he's pitching, especially if somebody gets on. Shannon is 1 for 1 single this last time up. And that's going to be a swing and a miss. Bobby strikes him out. We're outnumbered 1. Here comes Ernie Witt. Ernie, he grounded into a 6-4-3 double play his first time up. Not this time. That's going to be a fly ball out the left field. Hamilton calls for it, makes the catch for out number 2. Now with 2 outs and nobody on, are they going to let Dave hit here? They are. It's only a 2-run lead. So Dave's going to hit here for himself. And he drives that ball in the right field because he says he don't need no stinking DH. So Dave's aboard here with a 2-out single. Now Alamar's up. He's 0 for 2. He has struck out both times against Bobby. And that's going to be a base on balls, I believe. Yep. Bobby walks him, and all of a sudden, the Blue Jays with 2 outs are making some noise. First and second. 2 outs, and you got Tony Fernandez is up. He's 0 for 2 today. Can he drive in, Dave? Dave's got good speed out there at second. And that's going to be a swing and a miss. Bobby comes back, gets him on strikes, ends the inning. The Rangers strand 2. We go to the bottom of the fourth in a 6-4 ball game. Got the 2-3-4 hitters due up here for Texas. You got Kinsler, Hamilton, and Palmera. And Kinsler's having a nice game. He's 2 for 2 with a double and an RBI and scored both times. And they finally get him out. That's going to be a ground ball back to Dave. He tosses it over to first. And there's 1 down. And Josh Hamilton grabs a bat and comes up to the plate. And he's having a fine game, folks. He's 2 for 2. He's got a homer and 2 RBIs and scored. And that's going to be a lazy ground ball down to Tony. No problem. He fires over the John, and there's quickly 2 outs here in the fourth. And Palmera comes up. He singled his last time up. He's 1 for 2. And that's going to be a base on balls. And here we go with 2 outs again. And that brings up Frank Howard. Can Frank add to this 2-run lead? It's 6-4 Texas with a runner down at first. Frank has an RBI single in this game, 1 for 2. And that's going to be a 13. And that's going to be a fly ball out to Jesse Barfield at the track, makes the catch. And that'll end the inning. We go to the top of the fifth, 6-4 Texas. Excuse me. You got Olderud, Guerrero, and Barfield up here. John 0 for 1. He has reached base both times he's walked and reached on an error and scored both times. Here's the pitch to John. And that's going to be a 3rd time he gets on because that's a base hit in the right field. Howard gets over, holds John with his speed to a single. So again, the leadoff batter gets aboard here. And Guerrero's up, who is 2 for 2 with a homer and a single. 2 RBIs and scored both times. And that's going to be a 15. And that's going to be an infield hit. And just like that, the first 2 batters get aboard here in the top of the 5th. And that's going to get the bullpen up here for the Rangers, holding on to a 2-run lead. They're looking for that ground ball double play, and Jesse Barfield is 2 for 2 with a double and 2 RBIs. And that's going to be a swing and a miss, a big strikeout for Bobby. That's out number 1. Now a ground ball double play gets him out of the inning. Vernon Wells, he's 0 for 2 today. And that's going to be another base on balls. And Bobby has walked, the base is loaded, and they go out and tell him, throw the goddamn ball over the plate. So now Shannon Stewart's up. That's Bobby's 3rd walk of the game to go with 6 strikeouts. Shannon's 1 for 2. He did strike out his last time up. And that's going to be a ground ball down the short, just what the doctor ordered. And that's going to be a 6-4-3 double play. Bobby gets out of the mess with nobody scoring. To the bottom of the 5th we go in a 6-4 ball game. You got Rodriguez due up, followed by Blaylock and Elvis. And Pudge is 0 for 2 today. And that's going to be a -5. That'll be an 11. And that's going to be a ground ball down to Tony at short. Out number 1. And Henry Blaylock comes to the plate on Hank is 2 for 2. 2 homers, 2 RBIs, and scored both times. And they walk him this time. Might have been a smart move by Dave. So Dave puts him on base. Now Elvis is up, but Elvis has done a good job today. He's 1 for 1 with a double and walked. And he came around the score back in the 2nd. And that's going to be a swing and a miss. Dave strikes Elvis out. And now there's 2 down. And Bobby Witt comes to the plate. He has had 2 sacrifice bunts. Can Bobby keep this inning going? Batting .333 on the year, folks. And that's going to be a 25-23. That's going to be hit back to the mound. And that'll be a single up the middle. And Blaylock will stop at second. Bobby says, we don't need no stinking DH. I tell you, Bobby get with a base hit. Now you got 1st and 2nd. And 2 outs. And Mickey Rivers is up. Mickey's having a rough game. He's 0 for 3 today. He has flown out all 3 times. Twice to left, once to center. And he's gonna hit a fly ball, but this one ain't gonna be caught, folks. And that ball is crushed in the batting right. Let's see. Yep, that's going to be hit in the right field. Mickey turns on it, and that's going to score Blaylock. Will it score Bobby from first is the question. Will it score Bobby from first? So there's 2 outs on a 42. So it'll be a 51. 51. Right. Yeah, 51. Barfield's got a damn missile launcher out there. 39 arm. With only a 10. And he's going to stop at 3rd. So that's going to be an RBI double. And now you got 2nd and 3rd. And you got Kinsler, who's having a damn good game. He is 2 for 3. So they stop Bobby there. Don't want him to get hurt on top of getting thrown out. So Bobby stops at 3rd. Kinsler's up. He's 2 for 3 with a double RBI and scored twice. Here's the pitch to Kinsler. And that's going to be against the 10 and 11. And that's going to be a single in the right field. And let's see here with 2 outs. 51 plus an 18. And they're going to send Mick and try to bust this game wide open. That'll be a 56 or lower. Mickey's safe. And he's in there. That's a 2 RBI double by Kinsler. And that's going to be it for Dave. He can't make it out of this 5th inning. And he's due up second. Let's see here. What are they going to do? They want somebody just to come out and finish this inning. That's what they might do here. I think Dwayne Ward's going to come out just to get one out. No pitch hit for him. They're not going to do a double switch, I don't believe, here. Let's see here. They might do a double switch. Yeah, they're going to do a double switch. So Ward's not going to come in. Ward's going to stay in the bullpen. Roberto's going to come out. Batista's going to bat in the 9 spot. And Roberto will bat in Shannon. So we'll have a new left fielder and a new pitcher. And now a 9-4 ball game as Dave gets lit up like a Christmas tree. So here we go. So Roberto will come in and bat in the 6th spot, 7th spot. And Jose Batista will come in and bat in the 9 spot and play left field. Well, he actually plays right field. Can Barfield play left field? Nope. Can Vernon Wells play left field? So Batista is going to play left field. Sorry about his luck. He's playing left field. So now you got Roberto, who is his 4th appearance, 0-1 with a 5.79 ERA, a runner down at first, 2 outs, and Bautista is now in left field, and Josh Hamilton's at the plate, and Josh is 2 for 3. He's got a homer, 2 RBIs, and came around to score, and that's going to be a swing and a miss, I believe. Yep, he strikes him out. Hamilton goes down on strikes. But the Rangers score 3 more, make it a 9-4 ball game. And we got WITT, Jose Batista, who came in for the double switch, and Alomar due up. Ernie's 0 for 2 today. And he gets a hold of this. How far is this one going to go, folks? And that's going to be a homer. So Ernie Witt gets a hold of it and makes this now a 9-5 ball game. And the ball is leaving Texas tonight, folks. Here goes Jose Batista up. And Jose's batting 286. He's got a homer and 1 RBI. His first plate appearance of the game. Here's the pitch to Jose. And that ball is high. That ball is far. How far is this one going to go, folks? Kiss this one goodbye. Back-to-back homers. And all of a sudden now, it's a 3-run game. And that might just be it. For Bobby Witt. Pun intended with that rhyme. Let's see who's going to come out of the bullpen. Bolden's going to come out of the bullpen. So Bobby can't make it out of the 6th inning here. 2 homers to start the 6th. So Bobby's going to come out with a 3-run lead. Baldwin's going to come in. See if he can get some outs here in this 6th inning. So neither pitcher makes it through the 6th inning. And Dave, this is his fourth appearance. He has one save with a 2.25 ERA. Nobody out. Top of the order up. Alomar, Fernandez, and Alderud. Alomar has walked in this game and struck out. He has yet to put the ball in play. Here's the pitch to Roberto, and that's going to be against the righty. That'll be a 15. That's going to be a fly ball out to right field. That'll be out number 1. And now Tony Fernandez comes to the plate. And Tony's 0 for 3. He struck out his last time up. And that's going to be a fly ball. This one's going to be out to center field. Mickey's got it with no problem. A can of corn for out number 2. And John Alderud, who's been on base all 3 times, came around to score once. He's 1 for 2. Like I say, he reached on an error that other time. And that's going to be a ground ball out in front of the plate. A 62 and a 9. That's going to be that's a Baltimore chop, and this time Rodriguez can handle it. Pudge with an error, and John Alderud's on for the 4th time today, folks. His 2nd time getting on an error. And now Guerrero, who's having a damn good game. He is 3 for 3, folks, with a homer, 2 RBIs, and came around to score twice. Can he get the Blue Jays back in this game? They're trailing by 3. Make this a 1-run game with 1 swing of the bat. And that's not going to be a homer, but that's probably going to be a base hit. That'll be a nope. That's going to be a nice play down there at short. Elvis with a dive and stop. He's going to fire over to first. Takes a base hit away from Guerrero. First time they've gotten him out. Takes a spectacular play by Elvis. And Elvis has left the field, folks. And it's still a 6-2, 9-6 ball game. We go to the bottom of the 6th. Palmera, Howard, Rodriguez due up. And Raphael was 1 for 2. Walked his last time up. And that's going to be a ground ball down to Tony at short. And there's 1 down. And Frank Howard comes to the plate. Frank's 1 for 3 with an RBI. And that's going to be a rare play. 40 and a 56. And that's going to be a ball 1. So Howard ahead of the count with a 1-0 pitch. And that's going to be another ground ball down to Fernandez. They might want to hit it somewhere else. 2 ground balls to short, 2 outs. And Pudge Rodriguez is up. And he's 0 for 3. He has popped up. And he's grounded out to short twice. And guess what? Tony Fernandez, this sets a record held by many. That'll be another ground ball down to short. And that'll end the inning. 1, 2, 3 goes the Rangers. To the top of the 7th we go. We got Barfield, Wells, and a pitch hitter for Roberto. Jesse is 2 for 3 with a double and 2 RBIs. He did strike out his last time up, though. And that's going to be a ground ball down to Raphael. That'll be out number 1. And Vernon Wells comes to the plate now. And Vernon's 0 for 2. He walked his last time up. And that's going to be a fly ball out in right field. Frank Howard comes under and makes the catch. And now there's 2 down. And that'll be it for Roberto. He's going to come out of the game. And Garvin will probably come in and try to get him through the 7th inning. Let's see who's going to pitch hit here against the righty. And Delgado's going to come off the bench. Only lefty they got. And Delgado's batting 133, no homers and 1 RBI. And that's going to be a swing and a miss. Baldwin strikes him out. And that'll end the inning. 1, 2, 3 goes the Blue Jays. We make it to the 7th inning stretch. It's 9-6. I can say Garvin's going to come in the game here. Where is he at? There's Jerry. He'll be batting in the 7th spot. And you got the bottom third due up here. Hank, Elvis, and a pitch hitter for Dave. And Hank's having one hell of a game, folks. He is 2 for 2, 2 homers, 2 RBIs, scored all 3 times he's been up. He walked and scored the last time. Can he keep this perfect game going, folks? And that's going to be a swing and a miss, and Jerry finally got his number. That'll be out number 1. And the Elvis comes to the plate. And the Elvis is 1 for 2 with a double and a run scored. He struck out his last time up. And that's going to be a swing and a miss. And Jerry with back-to-back strikeouts. Can he strike out the side? That'll be it for Baldwin. Russell will probably be coming in the game here. Keep this a 3-run game. And let's see who's going to come off the bench here against the lefty. Do they got somebody that could catch? Emergency. No. So it's going to be Ring My Bell. Buddy Bell's going to come off the bench here. Buddy Bell. And Buddy Bell is batting .286 with a homer and 3 RBIs. And that's going to be a base on balls. So far, nobody's made any contact. We've got 2 strikeouts and a walk. We're back to the top of the order in Mickey Rivers. And Mickey's 1 for 4 with a double and an RBI and came around to score. All that on his last at bat. And that's going to be against the righty. Against the lefty, that'll be a 2. On a 7. That'll be an 18. And that's going to be a nice play. Down the second, Alamar's up with it. Nice diving stop, throws from his knees, barely gets Mickey. And that'll be the inning, folks. The Rangers. Strand 1, we go to the top of the 8th. It's still a 3-run lead for the Blue Jays. Let's see who's going to come out. Like I say, Russell's going to come out of the bullpen and pitch. He's got the bottom part of the order to do up here. Maybe it'll be Klein. They want to go with Klein instead of Russell. Yeah, they're going to go with Klein instead of Russell. A little last minute change here. We'll go with Klein. And he'll be batting in the 9 spot. So Ryan Klein's going to come out of the bullpen instead of Russell. And Klein, this is his 4th appearance. 0-1 with a 10.8 ERA. He's got WITT, Bautista, and then back to Alomar. And that's going to be a fly ball out to Mickey Rivers. And that'll be out number 1. And Jose Bautista comes up and he homered, folks, his first time up. He is 1 for 1 with a homer in this game. And that's going to be a ground ball back to Klein. He tosses it over to Palmera, and that'll be out number 2. And now you got Alomar up. And Alomar's 0 for 3. He did walk back in the 4th, struck out twice. And that's going to be another base on balls. Alomar is aboard here with 2 outs. And up to the plate comes Tony Fernandez. Can he keep this inning going here with the Blue Jays trailing by 3? Tony's 0 for 4. He is grounded out, flown out twice, and struck out. And that's going to be a pop-up. Back behind the plate, Rodriguez takes the mask off, makes the catch, and that'll end the inning. And the Blue Jays strand 1 to the bottom of the 8th we go in a 9-6 ball game. They're going to let Jerry pitch here. He's got 2 lefties coming up. He's got Kinsler and then Hamilton and Palmera. Kinsler's a 3 for 4 today. He's got a double, 3 RBIs, and came around to score twice, folks. And that's going to be an infield hit. Kinsler's aboard here. So Kinsler gets a hit, and up to the plate steps Josh Hamilton. And Hamilton's 2 for 4 with a 2-run homer in this game. And we drop a dice. 8 against the lefty. That is going to be a pop-up down the 3rd. Guerrero calls for it, makes the catch in the grass for out number 1. Rafael Palmera comes up, and Palmera is 1 for 3. He has singled and walked in this game, and that's going to be a pop-up behind home plate. And Ernie Witt takes the mask off near the screen, and now there's 2 down. And let's see here. And that's going to be it for Jerry. Now you got all the righties coming up, and they're going to go to Ryan. So Ryan's going to come in the game. BJ's going to come in the game here, try to get a 4-out save. So BJ Ryan comes in. Jerry gets the job done, gets the 2 lefties out. And now BJ's going to come in here and try to get the last 4 outs out in this 9-3 ball game. Nope, I don't want that. Cancel. Cancel. I want him batting in the 7th spot. So BJ comes in. This is his 4th appearance. He's got 3 saves on the year with no ERA. And here's the pitch to Frank Howard, who's 1 for 4 with an RBI. And Frank Howard, he gets a hold of this one, folks. Where's this one going to land at? That is the question. 22. And that ball is high. That ball is far. Kiss it goodbye. Frank Howard has just made this a 1-run ball game, folks. Just like that. It is now 9-7. I'm sorry, I just added to the lead. What the hell am I doing? Anyway, it is now an 11-6 ball game, and Rodriguez is up, and he's 0 for 4. And that's going to be a fly ball out to center field. Might even be that's a fly ball out to center field. That'll end the inning. We go to the top of the 9th. It is now 6-11. And you got Olderud due up here, followed by Guerrero and Barfield. John 1 for 3 with 2 times he came around to score. He's been on base every time, folks. Not this time. They finally get him out. That's a fly ball out to Hamilton for out number 1. And now Guerrero comes to the plate. And Guerrero is 3 for 4 with a homer and 2 RBIs. And that's going to be a ground ball down the third for out number 2. And it's up to Jesse Barfield to keep this top of the ninth going here. As Klein's in there. Jesse's 2 for 4. He's doubled and 2 RBIs. The Blue Jays down to the last out. And that's going to be a fly ball out the right field. 24 and a 1. 24. And that's going to be a single. That is going to be a single. Howard can't get to it. And this game's still alive, folks. And Vernon Wells comes to the plate. And Vernon, he is 0 for 3 with a walk in this game. Can he keep the game alive? Nope, that's a ground ball down to Elvis. He takes his time, fires over to Palmero. And that's the game, folks. 11-6 win by the Rangers. We'll go here to the box score and check it out. Oh, thank you, Bernie. Appreciate it, bud. And the Rangers, 11 runs on 14 hits and 2 errors. The Blue Jays, 6 runs, 11 hits and no errors. Look at that middle of the lineup. Guerrero and Barfield, 3 for 5, both of them with 2 RBIs. The Jays were 1 for 5 with runners in scoring position. Guerrero, Witt, and Batista with homers. Left 9 men on base. Kinsler and Hamilton, they tried to keep them in the game. Kinsler was 4 for 5 with 3 RBIs. Hamilton 2 for 5 with 2 RBIs. Rangers was good with runners in scoring position, 5 for 9. Hamilton, Howard, and Blaylock with homers. They left 7 men on base. Dave, he didn't have his stuff today, folks. He drops to 0-2, 4 2/3, 12 hits, 9 runs, 3 walks, struck out 2. Roberto comes in 1 1/3 with a strikeout. Jerry comes in 1 2/3, 1 hit, 1 run, 1 walk, 2 strikeouts, and BJ comes in a third of an inning, 1 hit, 1 run, and gave up a homer. And Bobby Witt, he picks up his second win. He sure didn't have great stuff, but he gets the win. He goes to 2-0, 5 innings, 10 hits, 6 runs, only 4 of them earned. Walked 3, struck out 3, and gave up 3 homers. But the bullpen comes in and does their job, folks. Shuts them down. Bolden, 2 innings, 1 strikeout. Klein gets a save. 2 innings, 1 hit, and 1 walk. And now to the standings and leaderboard. And the Yankees are 6 games up on the Orioles and Red Sox and Jays. So you got a 3-way tie for second. And the Devil Rays are in last place, 7 games back. And in the Central, you got Kansas City is a half a game up on the Tigers. The Indians are a game and a half back. Minnesota 2 games back. And the White Sox 2.5. And with the win, the Rangers are now 2.5 games up on the Angels. Seattle and Oakland. Seattle is 3.5 games back, and Oakland is 4.5 games back. Joe Myers leading the league with a 4.52 average. 1, 2, 3, 4 players with 4 homers. Roger Maris with 13 RBIs. And you got David Price leading the league with a 0 ERA, 10 plus pitchers with 2 wins. JJ and Wetland with 4 saves on the year. Derek Jeter's leading in the MVP voting. And Whitey the chairman of the board's leading the league in Cy Young. The next game on the channel is going to be in the National League game. Take a look here and see what that matchup will be. And that's going to be the Diamondbacks going to go up against the Padres, and it looks like it's going to be Brandon Webb going up against Kirby. I want to thank Bernie Strom. Check out his channel, and 007. Check out his channel for stopping in today. If you're new to my channel, folks, hit that subscribe button, hit that bell, smash that like button. None of it costs you a dime, and it helps the channel out. Until next time, you all have a great day and take care.